it's like an alumni recital, but not from the transfer side of the program, from the commercial music program, which I mentioned to some of you in advising before, that it's like two music departments. There's the traditional transfer side that most of you are involved in, and there's the commercial music program where they take courses in audio engineering, music business, and even things like songwriting and performance ensembles as well. So it's like a parallel music department, but very focused on commercial music and the music industry. So one great success story out of that program is James Duffer, who took some courses like fundamentals and things like that, but also those other courses I mentioned. And he has blossomed as a really talented songwriter. And so I thought it'd be really great for those of you that might have an interest in that as well to have him do a performance today, and also talk about his CD that recently came out and the process of that and those sorts of things. And so without further ado, let's please welcome today's recital, James Duffer.
I'm James Duffer. I am a singer-songwriter. I've been going to Collin now for 4 years on and off. I've been working at the library too, so But I'm here to talk about my songs. I just put out an album, Midtown Odyssey, that has 10 songs on it. I'm about to put out another album that goes in a different direction, sort of, that's more rock oriented. I'm just here to talk about songwriting process, and I don't know how many of you are singer-songwriters or songwriters of some sort in some sort of genre, but I think all of it translates throughout. Anything creative sort of comes from a certain place of inspiration that you try to capture. And with songs, you try to capture, music and lyrics needing to create a message that resonates with yourself and with others. This next song is the first time I thought I did that, which was I wrote this in 2009. This is a song called Only the Night. This new piano we have at the Cullen Theater. This is a great new Steinway that they're letting me use. There's plenty of people around here more deserving than me, but I'm glad to be debuting it here. It's a wonderful piano, and I'm glad we have it. Anyway, that song was as I said, the first time I thought I wrote something worthwhile as far as my songwriting that I would want to present to other people. How I write my songs is I usually have music ideas and a list of song titles that I draw from. In that case, I had that intro part. It kind of lends itself to the chord progression: D minor, C, A minor, flat. So I had that musically, and then usually this is the way I write. I have a list of song titles that I draw from and try to match my musical ideas that I'm working on with those titles. Sometimes it works out. In that case, it did. Sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, I usually just try to live with that music for a while and hear what the idea is in the music that I want to translate, what it wants to say. I also was here to cover gigging, being a professional musician, as I play around town now and around DFW with my band and as a solo performer like this sort of. So choosing the right covers. This is a cover I've been doing for a long time. It's one of my favorite artists, Peter Gabriel, and you want to try to choose covers that suit your style and suit your voice. The song sort of sound similar to the music that you do, and hopefully this sort of fits in with my stuff. I try to make it transition easily. It's called Salisbury Hill.
When illusions spin
So there's a song on my album called Empty Broken Heart that's sort of Peter Gabriel inspired, and this is another song. I will play the thing I'm talking about first. This is a Elton John song that I wanted to illustrate how I wrote one of the songs on the album called Death and Romance. This particular Elton John song illustrates it well. I was wanting to write sort of an Elton John type thing. Obviously, I'm very influenced by people like Elton John, Billy Joel. There's later I'll get into Tom Waits and other piano-based singer-songwriters. But this is a song called Harmony, and I'll explain after the song the details in which relate to the song I've written. Hello, baby, hello. I haven't seen your face for a while. Have you quit doing time for me? Or are you still the same spoiled child? Hello, I said hello. Is this the only place you thought to go? Am I the only man you ever had? Or am I just the last surviving friend that you know? Harmony and me, pretty good company. Looking for an island in our boat upon the sea. Harmony, gee, you really love it. I wanna love you forever. Dream of never, never, never leaving harmony. Hello, baby, hello. Open up your heart and let your feelings flow. You're not unlucky knowing me, keeping the speed real slow. In any case, I set my own pace, but still the show. Say hello, hello. Oh, harmony and me, we're pretty good company. Looking for an island in our boat upon the sea. Harmony, gee, you really love it. I wanna love you forever. Dream of never, never, never leaving harmony. Never leaving harmony. 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 Yeah, harmony. 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 Oh. Okay. I need to get that semitone lower, but can't do it on here. My keyboard. Anyway, that song features minor chord progression in the verses and a major change in the chorus, which this song Death and Romance is sort of based around that. Elton John does that a lot, so I wanted to write a song that was sort of Elton Johnish, and this is called Death and Romance. It's on the album Midtown Odyssey. Sun in the sky is burning red. The seagulls are flying overhead. Trapped in the summer haze, on the summer days, they all seem to slowly drift away. Spend all these nights upon the shore. I've wasted them all, but I want more. And all of my summer dreams die with the autumn leaves. Blazing avenues will freeze. Seems it all comes down to death and romance, and all the plans that we intend. All people care about is death and romance. That's how every story ends. That's ends. That's how every story ends. That's how every story ends. This next song I wanted to illustrate, this is another song on the album called Through the Burning Streets. I wanted to illustrate how it's important to differentiate the songs on the album and stylistically choose maybe one song that's a little different than the others. This is more of a rock-oriented song, more in the vein of what I'm going to do on the next record that I put out. As I said, I put out these albums all independently right now. It's just something I'm working towards as a professional musician, out gigging and stuff. I worked on this album with people I met here at Collin College. Anyway, this song is the third track on the album, and it's called Through the Burning Streets, and it's very different, you'll hear, than the stuff I've been playing. Shining in the distance, the sun has faded from the sky, caught in a wave of pure resistance, and I'm in need of her reply. Oh, 'cause through the burning street she's waiting there. Through the burning streets I drive, it burns as the black smoke fills the air. All through the burning streets tonight, through the burning streets. The neon leads in all directions, and all the usual patrol. Resurrection. Inside I'm losing all control. Whoa, 'cause through the burning street she's waiting there. Through the burning streets I drive, and the city burns as the black smoke fills the air. All through the burning streets tonight, fighting through the crowd. I'm never certain how I feel. She's on the other side of town, somewhere through this concrete and steel. Through the burning street she's waiting there. Through the burning streets I drive, it burns as the black smoke fills the air. All through the burning streets tonight, 'cause through the burning streets she's waiting there. Through the burning streets I drive, and the city burns as the black smoke fills the air. All through the burning streets tonight, my songwriting on piano versus guitar. Guitar is very, at least in sort of a rock context, more riff oriented. And that I had that figure that this thing, which leaves you with the sort of an idea of where to go in the verses, and that's a little bit of the difference. Piano, I find it very easier to write on. It's just more natural to me. It's easier to come up with an original idea, which is always the challenge. Guitar, there's so many more singer-songwriters that are guitarists, it seems like, that it can be difficult to find something or a melodic thing that hasn't been used, or an original idea that you think that you haven't drawn from some other inspiration somewhere that's a little too close to something. But anyway, I had referenced the singer-songwriter Tom Waits also has an influence on this album in more ways than one. I usually do this cover in my show, and I'll do this cover of one of his songs called Downtown Train, and then I'll illustrate a piano song that's on the album that was influenced by his writing style. This is called Downtown Train. Outside, another yellow moon has punched a hole in the nighttime. Yes, I climbed from the window and down to the street. Hey, I'm shining like a new dime. Downtown trains are full with all those Brooklyn girls. They try so hard to break out of the little worlds. You wave your hand and they scatter like crows. They have nothing that will ever capture your heart. They're just thorns without the rose. Be careful of them in the dark. And if I was the one who chose to be your only one, oh baby, can't you hear me now? Can't you hear me now? Will I see you tonight on a downtown train, where every night is just the same? Don't leave me lonely now. I know your window, I know it's late. I know your stairs and your doorway. I walk down your street past your gate. I stand in the light of the four-way. You watch them all fall down. Oh baby, they all have heart attacks. They stay at the carnival, they'll never win you back. Will I see you tonight on a downtown train, where every night is just the same? Oh baby, will I see you tonight on a downtown train, where all my dreams they fall like rain? On a downtown train, on a downtown train. On a downtown train, will I see you tonight on a downtown train, where every night is just the same? Oh baby, will I see you tonight on a downtown train, where all my dreams they fall like rain? On a downtown train, on a downtown train, on a downtown train. Thank you. All right, so that's a song. That's another song that I kind of, with the covers that I'm doing out, playing around, that I think fits well in my songwriting style. Fits well with my song. You know, you want to find covers that fit well with the material that you do originally. Anyway, his influence, his albums in the early 70s all had this jazz influence that was kind of a throwback standard style songs. And this was sort of my take on that, my attempt at one of those type of songs, a standard jazz-inspired type song. And it's the sort of also makes the point that it's good to, you know, it's further differentiate certain songs from others, write in different keys, write different songs in different keys, don't have all your songs be in the same key on an album. If you end up having two songs in the same key, don't put them next to each other, type things like that. But this song is called After This Romance, and it's sort of, this album isn't a concept album, but it's sort of the sequel to the Death and Romance song.
Standing alone by the ocean side, walking along by the shore, divine and keen all the visions and scenes from the summer before. Now that the leaves have all withered away, now that the summer is gone, all I will see are the vague memories of days that were spent in the sun. It's so wild and restless, running home under the moon. All that remains is the wind and the rain after this romance is through. All that remains is the wind and the rain after this romance is through.
But anyway, that's sort of my attempt at that. I'm still, you know, I don't consider myself a virtuoso on either of these instruments. So whatever talent I have on the instruments, I just use it towards my songwriting, because that's really what I think my best skill is at as a musician. I don't consider myself that great on anything else, particularly individually, pianist or guitarist or vocalist, really. But the three of them are my tools to write the songs that I perform. Yeah, so I was gonna, what are we doing on time here? 15 minutes? Okay. I was gonna do one more song. I wanted to give y'all a chance to sort of interact with me at the end. I wanted to leave a few minutes for that. I'm gonna do the last song on the album, which is This Strange Farewell. That's what it's called. It's another one of my songs that I wrote early on. It sort of takes its inspiration from like a good closing song to close out everything. I wanted a closing song for the album. I wanted a closing song for when I play live. I usually close with this. I wanted a song like that kind of, you know, brings things to an end. So here we go. This is called The Strange Farewell.
When we knew these times were far away, as darkness settles in, with all that might have been, and all that I still have to say. sweet word to say along this open road. The wind is blowing cold, and now it all seems far away. And I won't drag this out too long, but it's just so hard to believe now. With one last chance to see, with one more memory in this strange farewell. Now, with one more lonely night, nothing more inside in this strange farewell. And as we drift apart, we fade into the dark, and it's so hard to start again. Now, with one last chance to see, with one more memory in this strange farewell. Now, with one more lonely night, nothing more inside in this strange farewell. Whoa, in this strange farewell.
If anybody has any questions. See everybody? Okay.
I have one.
Yes.
I know you said it's easier to come up with the song in terms of actual music on piano. If there's a song that you want to play on guitar, do you use piano to come up with the music first, and then you transition all that to the guitar to come up with the riffs?
I usually don't either write one or the other. I usually start a writing process totally on one instrument or the other. Like very rarely do I translate both of them. The song I opened with, Without Telling You Why, that is one I can perform. I split between piano and guitar, and it translates well. Certain things about the instruments are just different, and they won't allow you to translate the same sort of musical ideas on one or the other unless you get creative. But that's usually how I do it. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Do you write the lyrics first and then the melody, or do you do the melody first and then the lyrics?
I do melody first and then the lyrics. Always. Like I can't do the other way around. Like I've tried. It didn't work. Usually like I said, I have a list of titles, song titles, which I always walk around with. It's just keeping the ideas. I think that's important, the titles of the songs, just to have a bunch of them. It helps you creatively, and it helps you come up with ideas for musical, where you want to go. And I'll have, my musical ideas that you walk around with, the riffs that you're coming up with on whatever instrument, and I try to match them across. And if nothing is matching up, I'll just take either the title and write sort of a musical idea around what I'm trying to say in that title, or I'll write the other way around and have a musical idea and try to come up with a title that the music is trying to translate.
I heard once that Billy Joel took 6 or 7 years to write or finish Piano Man.
Oh, really?
Well, how quickly do you feel like you can get through that writing process and finish a song?
That's another thing. Songwriting is very mysterious in that way. Like, there are certain songs that come really fast. The song I opened with is the quickest song I had ever written. I wrote it very quickly. probably in one sitting, one day. There's other songs of mine that I've spent whole summers writing, whole winters writing just one song, working on one song. I have a musical idea right now that I've recorded the song, but I don't have any lyrics, and it's taking a long time to figure out what the lyrics are going to be. But that's, a lot of songwriters point that out, that there's no real formula to the timeliness of the process. They kind of just generate themselves whenever they feel like they're ready. They tend to reveal themselves in the lyrics, and they come up with an idea that you've been working on for weeks or months. Sometimes it takes people years to write a song, but to get the ideas to flow just right, the lyrics, the certain melodic ideas, whatever they're trying to come up with, that kind of develops writer's block. Anybody else?
If you have any more questions, I've got James's contact information.
Yeah.
And also, his mother, whether you know or not. Cindy Duffer works in the fine arts office, so you can always find James pretty easily.